very pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Huskers, Scott Frost. Coach, really impressive practice. Pretty evident to us that you guys have improved significantly physically. What stands out to you as you watch this team in terms of where you were a year ago and where you are now?
I think physically, the change in their bodies is what stands out most to me, just seeing how much different we look coming out of the locker room. And probably second is just overall understanding of our schemes on both sides. A lot fewer mistakes. Guys know what to do. They can adjust. Gives us a chance to play faster and freer.
Lots of projections out there have you guys potentially winning the West. The AP poll came out today. You guys are ranked there. How have you dealt with the expectations internally, given the fact you're coming off a 4-win season?
You know, I hear people worried about expectations for us. I'm not too worried about it. I actually think it's good for our football team. I think expectations have been way too low in Lincoln for way too long, and having expectations was just kind of life around here. So I think it helps our guys. We need to be confident. We need to expect a lot out of ourselves, and we're going to play each game one at a time and focus on those games anyway. So I don't think it's going to be a distraction for our team.
Everybody's talking about how the team looks so much different. You mentioned Coach Duval so often in that process, your strength coach. What makes him such a good strength coach?
Well, he does a great job getting our guys bigger, faster, and stronger. But apart from that, he does a great job carrying our culture and our idea of what we want it to look like into the weight room, onto the field in the summer where they're running. He's really an extension of our coaching staff. And the same messages they're getting from the coaches, they're getting from Zach. And, a lot of the toughness and character of the football team gets developed when the coaches aren't even around. He does a great job with that.
Are you pleased with where you are from a leadership standpoint, being the second year in the program?
Yeah, we're light years ahead from a leadership standpoint this year. Defensively, we're really strong. We've got a really good addition in Daniels coming from Oklahoma State, and he stepped in and been a leader for us. But Mo Berry's done a great job, Ben Stilley. We kind of have leaders on all three levels of our defense. Offense, we're still really young. We're only going to start a senior or two maybe on offense this year. So most of the guys are young. Adrian's done a good job kind of making that his unit. Matt Farniak, our right tackle, has been giving us some good leadership. So we're in a pretty good place.
The other thing that stood out is how efficient your practices are now because the team knows the up-tempo. So if you go back to your first spring here, how long did that take for you to feel like they finally know how I want them to practice fast?
Coach, first day, we didn't even know where to get lined up. We didn't even know where to go for drills, for stretch. The guys get it now, and the ease of the way practice moves helps them focus on assignments and what they're supposed to do, and it's a lot more fun to watch practice right now than it was a year ago.
So I'm guessing you're able to put in all the offense that you needed compared to where you were maybe even in the spring. You guys have everything in now?
Yeah, we're close. We actually just had our last install yesterday, so today was a little shaky offensively, just running some new stuff. The great thing is we can run something that we haven't called since last year, and the guys know the rules, they understand the offense, and usually we just run it. That's what we didn't have last year. We kind of had to stick to the script last year, and we weren't able to adjust in the ways that we wanted to. But with the guys understanding the offense and defense this year, I think we'll be able to do a lot more things on the fly.
Interested that you practice inside today. It's a beautiful day. Is that to keep them out of the heat?
Yeah, we kind of have a plan for when we want them out in the heat and training that way, and when we want them inside to get more out of practice. And we try to work them out into the heat and get them ready for the game gradually. And depending on what we're trying to get out of practice, we're either inside or out.
This defense clearly needs to be better than it was a year ago. What gives you confidence that it will be?
Yeah, I think just the fact that I think we're better at almost every position from a talent standpoint, and then their understanding of the defense has allowed them to play fast. We look like a faster team on the field. So, it all looks better, and that's great. We still got to go prove it and earn it. There are a ton of good teams in this league. I think a lot of teams have gotten better, so there's some battles on the horizon, but we're training well for them right now.
That's interesting. You mentioned the conference last year was your first time around the conference. What stood out to you as you were kind of introduced to the Big Ten?
I just think the quality of the league top to bottom stood out more than anything. There's no off weeks in this league. Every team can beat you if you don't play well. Conversely, I think you have a chance in about every game if you do play well. There's really good coaches in this league. You're not going to find a lot of holes and problems that you can exploit in other teams because teams are well coached. It's a big physical league, but I think the depth is what stood out to me the most. You got to come every week.
Scott Frost, thanks a lot for your time, Coach.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here.